Oreo hit 66,000 miles on the dot.
Hey there, we're the Markhams, Chris, Andrea, and our adventure dog, Emmy. We're combat veterans who met in Afghanistan, sold our house after 7 amazing years, and now we're hitting the road to explore every corner of America. From stunning national parks to hidden caves, we're on a non-stop adventure, making memories and chasing sunsets. Set off on an unforgettable adventure across America with us and our dog, Emmy. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any moments. Alright, roughly how many miles have we put on since we have installed the Gen-Y?
I think we're at like 1,400-ish.
And what's the break-in period?
1,000-ish.
So we're past our break-in period.
Which, for us, we came from a pretty rigid hitch. We started with a Curdy K fifth wheel hitch, and then the Rotoflex pinbox, and then we went to the Anderson gooseneck adapter, which we put the lockout on the Rotoflex, so it was very rigid. There was no torsion, there was no rubber spring box, nothing. It was just rigid. So going to this, we knew it was going to be different from the start. It was already going to have more flex and torsion than the Anderson.
I would say overall the ride has been very, very smooth. I think out of the three, it's been the smoothest. In regards to like the chucking motion, especially when you hit like bridge decks or like you're going right off from a stop to a start, that kind of stuff, there's less chucking in it, which has improved with each hitch change that we've done, but this is the best by far. In our Anderson hitch, it wasn't bad. We were right at pin weight for it.
We have the Ram Air ride suspension on our truck. We have a pretty good suspension for bridge decks and towing and all that in general, and adding that extra little flex to the hitch pin box, whatever you want to call it, I think is just going to add to that comfort of the ride.
I would also say that the amount of bed space we've gotten back with each hitch change too has been great, but obviously this one is the best. All you have in there is a tiny little ball.
Goose ball, yeah.
A goose ball. I don't have any complaints about it. I would hands down do it again. I would also hands down highly recommend do the Gen-Y tour. If you're ever in Indiana, contact them and get a tour. It is worth it.
The tour was cool because, I already knew I was going to like the hitch.
I think you wanted me to do the tour, so I'd be on board with it.
Yes.
It was pretty much to sell me.
Yeah.
And Noah did a great job.
Noah did do a very good job. It was just selling Andrea over selling me. I was already sold on it.
But overall ride quality, we've gone from Minnesota to Indiana to southern Kentucky. We're right now finishing out our drive down to southern Alabama. It's been great.
Bridge decks have been awesome.
Yeah, I will say we did have, I wouldn't even know if it's worth calling an issue because it's, in our opinion, it's not an issue caused by Gen-Y or from Gen-Y. We are pretty sure that the issue, so I'll put a little video in right here so you guys can see it. We had some issues after we left the factory. But we think those issues were caused from the hitch sitting in the factory for 3 weeks, getting all those little
fiberglass materials, dirt, dust, whatever blows around in that place while they're taking apart campers and
just
sanding the fiberglass.
And all the little crevices,
yep.
Which ended up having it make that weird clunking noise that you just saw in the video. And so we had reached out to Noah, which again, this is why I recommend doing a tour because then you have a contact there. We've reached out to Noah for a couple different things. All have not been any issues, and he's gotten us the parts or whatever we needed. And Noah's had us do some check with taking a credit card to check and make sure that the proper spacing was in between the bolts or something.
Yep.
And then we sent it back and everything was good. And he recommended spraying
lithium grease
in each
I'll get Andrea up on the terms here someday.
In each little bolt area. And between rain and that, we think that whatever happened and got into it at the factory washed itself out. It's been great since then.
Yeah, it's been excellent. Someone knock on wood for us. We don't have any in the truck with us, but it's been great. So I cleaned it up, but because of the creaking and jolting noises, it was suggested to throw some lithium inside of the torsion bar section of the hitch. Not saying that it did anything, but we didn't have any noise.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. On the way from Cave City to Birmingham.
And the torsion runs these lengths, so there's 4 of them, if you didn't see in our last video.
Yeah, there's 4 of them, and I think there's 4 little pieces of rubber going side to side.
Yep.
In each one. Maybe it's 2.
There's 1 piece of rubber in each.
Yeah, there we go. So we hope that it was debris from the factory that got in there, got blown around, and then started just popping and creaking in there, because we could feel it in the floorboards while we were driving. And then it rained, plus we did the lithium, and now it's been good since. So knock on wood, that's what it was. And everything's torqued down right, so we're good to go. Or hopefully
160?
160 foot-pounds. Yeah. On those 8 and those 14, because I overbolted. So on a Gen-Y, there are no grease points. It's just the torsion bars, the rubber inside there for the torsion, 8 bolts on the torsion system itself, where it's 160 foot-pounds per bolt, and that's the same as where it's connected to the trailer on the pin box. It's 160 foot-pounds all the way around on the Gen-Y. Ours were all good. I had to get a bigger torque bar.
And we did have to go buy a new tool.
That was fun. Mine only went up to 150. We needed 160. So now we have up to 250 foot-pounds we can go. So even better. There's no grease points. There's no maintenance parts on a Gen-Y. The most maintenance is just checking your torque. There's a lifetime limited warranty on their rubber parts and the wearables and stuff like that. So the nice thing about that is there's no airbag in the hitch that you need to worry about dry rotting and all that stuff. You don't have to pump up the air on it or drop air out of it depending on your weights. I guess for maintenance, if you want to call it that, I spray lithium on the ball, lithium grease on the ball, and then I spray a little up inside the hitch. I also go up into the connection in the Gen-Y and spray a little up in there. 1, it kind of lubes the latch, and 2, it just gives a little bit more of a friction barrier between the metal on metal.
Out of 10 stars, what do you give it?
Oh, I love this thing, 10 out of 10. The fact that we were able to hitch up quickly with this when people were telling us that it was going to take a while to get used to. We had to do a couple things to make it easier on us because our camera system sucks on the truck and Andrea's short.
I will say, as a short person, I don't even think I'm short. I think I'm average for a female. Some of these campgrounds, when they have like the ditches right on the edge of the pad, listen, it's really hard to see that ball sitting down in the bottom of the truck, whereas like if the Anderson, it sits up. The regular, 5th wheel Jaws of Life hitch sits high so you can see it. I am on my tippies on some of these campgrounds just to see the hitch.
It's hilarious looking in the mirror and seeing her like judging where her feet are in comparison to the wheels, and I have a great time with it.
And I know a lot of people have also said like when you switch to this type of a hitch, sometimes you don't have a whole lot of space between your tailgate when it's down and you're hitching up.
Yeah.
We have plenty. I honestly actually think we have more than we had when we had the Anderson. Not a concern, for us at least.
No. Turning radius and everything. I mean, I feel like the Gen-Y turns a little quicker than what the Anderson did. We were also told that some people, we have a long box Ram, 8-foot box. We were told that there's some people who will buy the 5-foot offset that Gen-Y offers for their long box to give them more space between the tailgate and the camper, or to kind of give them a better ride, which I wouldn't go with that because I don't want it to take more weight off of the steers that then is already like taken off the steers. I think when we hitch up, we add 40 or 80 pounds to the steers, and if we move that 5 inches back, it would take weight off of the steers. I like having the equal weight front to back. That's just how I've always done it. Driving truck, I want weight on the steers because you don't want to lose that grip on the road, especially when it's like rainy or anything like that.
I would give it 10 out of 10 as well. And I fought him for a very long time on switching to this hitch.
Yep.
Like 2 years worth of switching.
It's expensive, but it's worth it.
Yep. But if there's anything that we didn't cover on the Gen-Y that you're interested in knowing, definitely drop your questions below. We're more than happy to answer them. But yeah, 10 out of 10. Recommend. We would do it again and again.
Yeah.
I would honestly, if we ever bought another RV, I would put this hitch on it right away.
And we do have the install video in one of our previous videos.
Yep.
So if you guys have suggestions, we can go through more.
Yep.
We can take more video of the Gen-Y, I don't care.
Just drop it below and let us know. So
yeah.
Thanks for joining us on another adventure. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button so you don't miss any of the fun. See you next time.